The opportunities for going writing on Story of the Week shows used to be a lot more than they are now.
You could walk up to reception and say, can I leave this letter for so-and-so or whatever, and they weren't terrified of their customers in those days, but they became that. And you could meet people, you know, you could write letters on paper and say, can I see you and have a cup of tea? And sometimes they said yes.
So how do you actually get hours under your belt of writing TV that's actually made and said by actors, and you're learning and you're working with other writers, and it's really difficult. And if you're not getting that experience, I mean, first of all, you're not learning, but also you're not earning, and you're not, you know, you're just not in the industry properly, are you?
Everyone can talk about the kind of heyday of Yorkshire Television or Granada TV, but I do think there is something in that model, that vertically integrated structure, where you've got a lot of programmes being made in a central hub, a flow of ideas, an exchange of ideas, but also the real visible possibility of progression. And I know those organisations weren't perfect, but I think as the industry has fractured and become more fragmented, we have less and less of those central kind of vertically integrated organisations where people can really visibly see what progress or progression might look like.
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find people who ultimately, at the end of the day, don't have more ambition than just work, and they do actually want to, you know, have these gorgeous personal lives. The industry sometimes almost feels unfair to the ones who do try to sort of like have the best of both worlds, because there's this pressure to keep pushing and keep working and put work first and do those long hours and eat your lunch at your desk instead of like possibly being able to spend an hour on the phone with your mum or like go and see a friend or something. And if you don't do those, you'll fall behind, or you're just not as trusted as the people who do that. And I think that sort of work culture, I really hope, can sort of dissipate, and the pressures aren't then felt on the new generation of people who want to work in drama.